Hello everyone and welcome back to Neopets. We are here at my main account's gallery, although we are logged into my side account because I wanted to show off something. I recently learned what ranking is in the gallery, and it's a function of the gallery. I can't access it right at the moment because I don't own this gallery technically. This is owned by my Nostalgia Witch account. We are on Yin Yang 123455. But I used the ranking feature to organize my gallery a little bit better instead of putting everything in categories. I wanted to say it was easier to do. It was not. It was actually really hard. For whatever reason, right now as I'm recording this, the gallery is kind of having some issues. So I'll show off more of the ranking system when we get to my gallery on this account that I'm going to be working on today. But I used the ranking system in my Usuki and Quiguki gallery to organize everything. The way that it's now currently set up is I have it divided into Usuki dolls, Quiguki dolls, Usuki playsets, Quiguki playsets, and then kind of just random things with Usuki and Quiguki in their names because I'm collecting everything that has Usuki or Quiguki in the name of the object. And then from those categories, or within those categories, I organized everything by release date. So like Hula Girl Usuki, according to Jelly Neo, is the first Usuki doll that was released, according to them. So I have all of these in order. Everything I own is within order of release. And I like how it looks. I wanted to kind of group these into things like with the Gardener Girl Usuki, I'd put her with the Usuki gardening set, the Usuki flower picking set, all that kind of jazz. But it just wasn't working. It was a little too subjective. So I just went with the release date, because then there's somewhat of a theme. You can see like some of them are themed together because they released as like part of a kind of set. But otherwise, it's not super organized. But I still like how it looks. So here's all my Usuki dolls. And then we'll get in, here's the Quiguki dolls that I have. I wish I had more of these, but they are terribly expensive and the prices are only going up. So I'm not very happy about that. But it is what it is. And then here's all my Usuki play sets. And then we'll get to the Quiguki ones once we get to the bottoms of these. But I have a bunch of these. I think I'm only like 5 away from having all of the Usuki playsets. I have all of the Quiguki ones. They've only released 7. And then we start getting to like UsukiCon merch, grooming supplies, various toys, plushies, wearables, all the Usuki books, the Usuki and Quiguki furniture, and then all the food. And then my prized possession, I have an Usuki paintbrush. Thank you, Thomas, for giving that to me. So Thomas was the one who financed my last video, that gambling adventure I went on that I didn't win anything on. And he kind of felt bad for me, I guess, and he gave me this paintbrush, and I've put it in my gallery. I am working on getting 2 more of those for my pets, but that's going to come a little bit further down the line. But I have one in my gallery. That's all that matters. So this is my entire Usuki collection and Quiguki that I have presently. So you can come and check this out. I'll leave the link in the description. And I'm going to keep adding to this as I go along. But what I've been kind of obsessing over recently is my plushie gallery on this account. So let's go to our gallery. There it is, item gallery. So I have it decorated with this cute little plushie thing. I don't have anything in here yet because I took everything out. It's the same size as the Usuki gallery, and the Usuki gallery is not full. I think I have 4 spaces to fill because I think I expanded it one time when Thomas gave me the brush so I could hurry and put the paintbrush in there so I didn't get it taken away by a random event. So there's 4 gaps in there. But I should have 420 plushies to put into this gallery to fill it up. That's what we're going to be working on today. I've spent so much money expanding this gallery. It made me really like put into perspective how much I've spent on the Usuki gallery outside of the Usukis. The plushies are way cheaper. Like I have 420 of them, and I'm not even to the point where the dolls are the plushies are costing much more than like 1,000 Neo points. But at the same time, so this is my spreadsheet for the plushies. Help me keep track of them. The Usuki and Quiguki one is here. I have to have 3 pages for the plushies. There's over 2,000. How many are there? There's 2,369 plushies currently in the game since I last checked. So it's something. And like, of course, there are very expensive plushies. It's just the ratio. There's way more affordable plushies than there are. Like, we're already 2,000 in, and this is only 99,000. I'm already starting to get to that point with the Uzukis, and I only have 400 of them. So yeah, the ratios are a little off. So the plushies are way more affordable. Like, look, I have the cheapest 406, and Jelly Neo listed this price at 1,000 for this plushie when I looked up the prices. So it's not that bad. I'm spending way more money expanding the gallery. So I have 420 in here, spaces in here to fill. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to use the ranking system to sort them by species. Oh, that's something. I need to open up that page. Okay, getting ahead of myself. So we're going to rank the plushies by species of pet. So it's going to have all the different variations of the plushie of that pet ranked together and then ranked alphabetically. So it'll start with like baby, Christmas, and then go from there. And then next is going to be all the plushies of pets. Same thing. Put the pet by species, and then by alphabetically what color they are or whatever, or what design they are. And then after that is going to be just the miscellaneous, or actually after the pets is going to be NPCs, like story NPCs, ranked by location. So like all the Meridel people will go together, all the Grundo Space Station people will go together, that sort of thing. Then after that, it's just miscellaneous plushies of like items, like there's a Codestone plushies that I can put together, there's paintbrush plushies, all that kind of stuff. So those are going to go together as well. So we are going to start, let's go to my inventory. Here we go. So I have the Akara plushies, all of the Akara plushies I own in my inventory because alphabetically this is the first species of Neopet. So we're going to put them in. Real quick, I'm going to open up a web page to help me remember what the species are by alphabetical orders because I can't be trusted. So let me get that back up and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're on the neopets.fandom.com site, and it has a list of all of the Neopets in alphabetical order. So like I said, we're going to start with Akara, and if I can find my tab, we're going to put them into the gallery. So we're just select all because they're the only thing I have in my inventory. Submit. From here, we'll go to the item gallery, and actually, I'm going to open this. So the way that the gallery's been screwing up is, I think it's in other ways, but I think it has something to do with Neopets being a secure site now. I'm very happy that they did that because there was a huge hack last month. So if you haven't been prompted to change your password yet, please do it. Pretty much all of the passwords, emails, everything was leaked as far as we know of. So like change your password. You might want to change the password on your email, anything that uses that email and that's the same password, all of that jazz. So take care of yourself. But now the pages are kind of getting routed differently. And I think that this old website's having a hard time because they only route you through the secure connection sometimes to check your IP and things like that. So a lot of times it'll be fine. Any changes you make, it'll save it. But sometimes it routes you through the security information and then it kind of loses the input you put in, so it'll just not do it. So that is not fun when you're ranking plushies and or Usuki dolls, because you can see here I have my Akara plushies. You go to rank all items, and then you put them in numerical order that you want them to appear in your gallery. And they actually did something really smart. So it says you may use decimal numbers when ranking items in order to squeeze items in between other items, example 1, 2, 3, etc. And our code will order them into regular numbers once you hit submit. So I could arrange these like 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 2. And then it'll just change it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you already have stuff in your gallery and you want to squeeze other items in between them, you can use decimals to make that work. So that works really well. It's still a lot easier to just add things in the order you want them in small batches and then sort them. However, because you have to put things in small batches, you run the risk of having stuff not saved because of that security feature. If it comes up, I'm going to show it where it just completely just doesn't save anything and you have to do stuff over. So keep in mind, I was putting all of my Usuki and Kwaguki stuff into my gallery in about batches of 10 to keep it manageable because I was having to redo it so much. So over 400 items, I did at least 40 sets. And I had to redo so many of them multiple times because it didn't save my number because the gallery freaked out. So that was really fun. Took me days. Some of you have been commenting like, are you going to do any more Neopets videos? And I was like, yes, please hold on. I'm having technical difficulties. And that's what that was. So I was getting that gallery all set up so I could do this gallery for you guys. Not necessarily all on camera because it's going to take a long time, but we're going to do bits and pieces here. But that's why I was taking forever, because the galleries were being really finicky. Alrighty, with that out of the way, we're going to start sorting these. So that is first, that's second, disco is third, fire is fourth, and then what's next? P for pirate is fifth, then it should be QRST. So this one, and then I'll show you on this one. This one will be 6.5, then the yellow will be 7. And then you can hit submit and it will actually put them as 7 and 8. So if I wanted to put like 10 plushies in between these two, or let's go for 9, I can put 6.1, 6.2, 6.3 and so on, and it'll shove them in between here and move everything behind it back a space. So that's really nice. You don't have to completely manually change every single number if you want to put new stuff in between 2 items. That was a really smart feature. Thank you, Neopets. Thank you to your programmers. Okay, so all of the Akara plushies are done. I'm going to go back to my safety deposit box, and I think we're going to get Aishas next, so I'll be right back. Okay, so now we are back with our Aishas, and they are all right here at the top. So it puts them at the top because they're ranked at 0, which is numerologically before 1. So then you can rank them lower yourself, or I tried to do it like 0.5 to put stuff at the beginning, but I think you just have to, like, I would put 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and then make this one 1.5, and then it'll put them all in order. You can't do, I think, 0 and then a decimal. That kind of freaks the system out. But these are going to go next, so we don't have to worry about that. What is first? Blue. So this is going to be number 9 because the last Akara plushie is number 8. And then you just go from there. I think it's going to be Ghost. If you see anything wrong, let me know in the comments so I can fix it. Because the alphabet is not my strong suit, turns out. There's a reason I've been playing preschool games on this channel for you guys. All right. So now all the Akaras are sorted and the Aishas are still sorted in, so that's fabulous. Next, we're going to get the Bloomaroos, which I don't think I have that many of. I'll show you the process. You can search in your safety deposit box if you spell things right. I don't know if I'm going to get that far. A-R-O-O. Okay, that should be right, Bloomaroo. Yeah, I only have a few. Keep in mind, I'm just getting my collection started. Like I said, there's like 3,600 of these plushies and I have 420. So there's going to be a lot of plushies that you might know that I do not have yet. As I'm expanding things, I've kind of created a system because I'm anal retentive and I like plans and order and all that jazz. So what I'm planning to do is, no, I need to stay in the safety deposit box in case I need to open up the item gallery again. What I'm going to do is, as I'm making money, I'm going to expand my Usuki gallery, which will open up 5 spots, and then I'll fill it, and then I'll expand my plushie gallery 5 spots, fill it, going to expand my shop 5 spots, fill those spots, and then I'm going to work on customizing a pet. Maybe get like 5 items or so, and then I'll just repeat that again and again and again, so I'm like evenly growing everything. I've kind of slacked off on expanding my shop because it's not the most like fun part. I prefer collecting, but the that's how I make money, to do the collection. So it's kind of silly that I've not been expanding my shop, but whatever. So this one is fairy. So what are we gonna rank this as? 14. And then 15. So yeah, I'm gonna just go through those rotations. So I spend my money a little bit more evenly, because before I was just spending it pretty much all on my Usuki gallery. And that was not great, because that's why it took me so long to get up to my 10 million mark in the bank, because I easily have 10 million in Usukis. Easy. Well, maybe not that much, but at least 5, I would guess. So that kind of ate away at all the money I was making. I was just buying Usukis, which isn't a bad thing. If you want to do that, please do. They're so much fun to collect. But yeah, I'm trying to grow things a little bit more evenly now, which is why I expanded this gallery to 420 and bought all the plushies to fill it, so that it was the same amount as my Usuki gallery, so I could kind of do things more evenly, because if you've seen any of my videos, symmetry is very important to me. So I have to just go with it. So we're gonna do Bori next. I only have I don't have very many. I don't have very many of any of the Neopets, I don't think. I was thinking the Akaras I didn't have many of, but they might be the ones I have the most of. I know I have a few Usels. I don't know, it's just interesting, because I'm going off of my spreadsheet and just going by, at the time when I searched the price, I sorted them by the least expensive to the most expensive, so I was just buying all the least expensive ones. So it's interesting to see which plushies are super inexpensive and which ones are very expensive. It kind of shows some favoritism for the different species of pets, which is interesting, because there are definitely some clear favoritism for certain kinds of pets, and for others there's not really that much. So it's really interesting to see which pets people like. I think Aishas are very popular, if I remember correctly. All right, so 19 is going to be this one. And then you just go from here. You just put things in order. It's not very exciting. PQ, so it's going to be 22 and 23. All right, so I am going to carry on with all of the pets, and I'm going to use my little list to help me make sure I'm getting things as accurate as I can. Like I said, if you see anything out of order, let me know, because I will make mistakes. I am a human. It's just what it is. So let me know, but I will meet back with you guys in a little bit when I'm done with all of the pet plushies, and we'll start getting some of the pet plushies. All right, see you soon. Alrighty, I am back. It's been a while. It's been almost an hour. But I got all of the pet plushies in place. I forgot how many different types of Neopets there are. There's so many. We're more than half done with the gallery, which is nice. I wanted a lot of pet plushies instead of just like, oh, here's a plushie of a coin. You know what I mean? It makes more sense to have plushies of the cute Neopets, because the Neopets are very cute. I had at least one plushie of every single species except for Lutaris and Pheopins or Peofins. Not sure why. Maybe those are more desirable and people have them more. Not sure. The species I had the most of was the Terries, and then I have Usels the most after that. So I guess those aren't very common plushies to collect out of the species ones. I'm not sure. I love Usels, in case you couldn't tell with my gigantic Usuki gallery. Usels are one of my favorite pets. I've always loved them. But let me go through what I have here. So we have Akaras, Aishas, Bloomaroos, Boris, Bruces, Chias. Oh, Buzz. I had 2 Buzzes. Chias, Chombies, Bunnies, Drake. I only had the 1. Elefante, Eerie, Flotsam, 1 Gellert, Gnorbu, Grarls. How did that pink Terry plushie get in there? Oh no, I'm gonna have to fix that. I must have put the wrong number. Poop. All right, well, I'll fix that. Grundos, Hissies, Ixies, Jetsams, Jubjubs, Kacheeks, Cows, Kikos, Kois, Corbats, Kugras, Crocs, Kiris, Lennies, Loops, Mirkas, Mohawks, Mincies, one Nemo plushie, that's the only one I have, Ogrins, Poogles, and then the Terrys. I have I think 10 Terry plushies, including that pink one, which, oh, I think I probably cut off the one at the front because I think it was up in the 70s and these are in the 170s, so that was probably it. Quiggles, Rookies, Scorchios, Shoirus, Skeets, Tekos, Tanus, Tuscaninis, Unis, Usels, Vandegears, Walkies, Zweetox, Yerbals, and Zafaras. Oh my god, this took forever. So I am going to leave us here. I will complete this gallery in a little bit. It may be done by the time this video goes up. I am not sure. But check it out. I'm going to leave the link in the descriptions. If it's still under construction, let me be. But we only have 166 plushies to put in, but it's going to take me a while. I didn't have the gallery or the safety deposit box crash on me during this whole process, so I think they might be fixed. They might have fixed the issues they were having. I think it was with the secure not forums, servers. Like the secure servers were messing with the data input, so I think they have that fixed now. I didn't have any crashing, so that's really nice. So as of this moment, I think the galleries are fixed if you've been holding off on working on your gallery because it's just been a nightmare. So this shouldn't take me like a week like it did with the Yusuke gallery. So I'll get this wrapped up when I can. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at my galleries. I have so much fun collecting stuff. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, and I will see you next time. Alrighty, bye!